Experiment to test hypothesis. The research terms provided Professor Ogel with a tiny sample for the Iceman's digestive tract. He was determined to obtain as much information as he could from it. Ogel carefully planned his scientific inquiry. He needed to work quickly to avoid the decomposition of the sample and to reduce the chances of contaminating the sample. His plan was to divide the sample into 4 parts. Each sample would undergo several chemical tests, then the samples would be examined under an electron microscope. Professor Ogel added several drops of saline solution to the microscope at low magnification. He saw a type of grain known as acorn. This had been a common type of wheat grown in the region during prehistoric times. He also found other edible plant material. Test the hypothesis. There is more than one way to test a hypothesis. Scientists might gather and evaluate evidence, collect data and record their observations, create a model or design and perform an experiment. They also might perform a combination of these skills. Test plan. Divide a sample of the Iceman's digestive tract into 4 sections. Examine the pieces under microscopes. Gather data from observations of the pieces and record observations. Variables. Controlled experiments contain 2 types of variables. Dependent variable, amount of hornbeam pollen grains found on site. Independent variable, digestive tract sample. The sample also contains pollen grains. To see the pollen grains better, Professor Ogel used a chemical that would separate unwanted substance from the pollen grains. He applied some alcohol to the sample and examined it under a microscope at the high magnification on. The pollen grains were now to be seen. Professor Ogel identified these pollen grains as those from a hornbeam tree.